So this is a game I played recently of Kayle versus Nasus. Because I normally do a lot of jump cut editing, and yeah, I feel like I want this to have a more fluid. Doran Shield makes me a lot less afraid to take the hits. I mean, in other circumstances, I would be very, very unwilling to stand inside his E like that. Level 3, I think I see him. He uses Wither on me a lot. And it's not really any gain of him. So I'm just trying to not let him bully me out. Stay focused. I actually step back into that at the end of it just to re-trigger the Doran Shield. It's kind of like getting frustrated that I'm still here. Something to note is I play against Nasus. Most times I play against Nasus' Kayle. It's another Kayle player actually, and they pick Nasus as a kind of retaliatory move, like to try and say, "Oh, you took my champion. Now I'm going to pick a champion that really counters you." This means they're usually oftentimes very focused on like what are some non-traditional strategies they might be able to use to be able to get an advantage over you, or they try and abuse the weaknesses they feel when they play Kayle. That's like why I take a Doran Shield here, and it's why I'm just being aware of like what I need to be ready for. He does start the Doran's Ring as a just starter for the mana and for the AP. Okay, here, speed up a bit. I see the skirmish going on down there. I know I can't attend, and the thing is, I know Nasus. If Nasus attends, he's got no mana, so he can't do much. But it looks like it's going partially okay. I didn't check. I really should check there, but I was more focused on just dealing with what I got here. Here, I think he's basing because he has teleport. I don't, and that's a big detail. So it's like I need to get yeah, he TP'd back. I got my 6 off the wave there in that meantime. And here, okay, let me just not fast forward through this bit. He's got Sheen. to deal with is when you're at disadvantage. I managed to properly tether out his E range a few times. Like, I think I do that 2 or 3 times. Here, just not losing my mind. Just patience. He's got only enough mana for like 1 more E. And there it is. I step into it to let Doran's Shield trigger. Okay, he's got enough E mana of it now again. And successfully got a kill. I almost went Swifties and I'm like, nope, I need tenacity. It's tenacity's the way. Sometimes I've gone Wits End first item, but it feels like generally speaking, when I go Wits End first item, it doesn't give you much power. Like, so going Nashers, then playing well with Nashers up until Wits End, that'll help you out when he hits a level around that low point, around level 13 when he's getting his Wither to be. You need to have this tenacity to cut through it. Kha'Zix is looking like he wants to gank. I'm applying some pressure back. I don't overchase. I just let him come up. I know he's going to try and do the same poke. And we get an easy kill on him. He, I don't think he realized I had Merc Treads there, because he went in and he immediately R'd as if like his Wither alone would be enough to let him reach me. But the fact that he didn't was pretty good for me. His E does 240 something damage if I stand it right now. Again, my regen is enough to make up for most of that. Putting myself in a scenario that's a bit disadvantageous just so he uses the E. It cuts through his mana pool fast enough that it's worth it. I gotta stop him there. Just kite him out. Extra speed I have on him. I don't want him to base for free here. I'm gonna actually make a bit of a misplay where I try to dive him under the tower. After I get him low enough, but he set his ulti up and enough mana to cast it, so I shouldn't have been going for it. It was me just getting a little bit over aggro. But it was a death in a scenario that's not at risk of like causing me a severe blowout. Normally if you die like under your tower, it's not recoverable. Yeah, here, I'm gonna die in a second here. He gets enough mana for ultimate. I'm really trying to pressure him. I think he levels up the wave. Yeah, that's where he gets the mana. Yeah, he leveled up the wave. Got the HP, got the mana. Can get guesses are a bit unfortunate. Yeah, but it happens. Here, okay. He's gonna teleport back to lane. I'm actually gonna hard ping Kha'Zix to come up here. Yeah, I was like, okay, he's got no flash, no R, no TP, and he goes for some blading. Kha'Zix is getting grubs first, but it's okay. Okay, and then tower's almost dead, but he wants to kill it. Here, we get him. Kha'Zix playing really well this game. Okay. I get two last second plates, which is fortunate. Back to get my Nashers finished. And to buy some more. I was pretty positive that he wouldn't be able to get to the tower in time, that I wouldn't lose it. And it's important that I don't lose the tower immediately because having this last tower up, the first tower up for long enough, the dynamics of the lane changed substantially once you lose this first tower. Like how you have to play around the following segment is much more difficult. So if you can keep this tower for as long as you can, it's good. He tries to brute force me here just to buy it so he can get to the tower. Yeah, see there, like I think he probably should have just finished it. I hold my ultimate here. I'm not trying to use my ulti too quickly. Once he gets closer to the tower and such, I use it. Silas comes up. We we lose the 2v3 at the end because Lux and Graves come up. I'm gonna fail to dodge the Graves' Q2 explosion. I thought he was gonna R. I just got too close to the wave here, or too close to his Q2. It was unfortunate. Silas is having a rough game. I didn't realize, but I wouldn't say like it was that bad. Like Silas comes back later. He comes back later. Like he does really well later on. Okay, here I'm working towards my wit's end. I'm covering the gold slightly. Sorry. So looking at the game state, I have to kind of just keep myself mentally grounded because I see the 6 and 2 Jinx, I see the 5 and 4 Lux, and I see my Silas was not doing too hot. It's like, okay, this is a difficult scenario to be in, but thankfully playing Kayle for long enough has given me enough mental fortitude to like see that and not let it discourage me or cause me to lose like my hope and like concentration. I stayed like doing what I had to do, regardless of the fact that it's a unideal like game result. Because if you look at the scoreboard, it's only one kill down for us, and that's not bad for us. And biggest win, I got the Gromp. I got the Krugs. That's the moral victory. No, actually, that is a moment where it's like getting that is it does help actually keep myself positive. Here is where I make the determination that I need to get my tenacity because that was such a like long slow that I couldn't get away from him, and that caused me to take a lot of damage. Kha'Zix plays this really well. Like, he was very good about like just knowing how long to wait. He had a ward up too. This helps. Otherwise, that could have been a little dicey. I didn't have to use my ulti though, thankfully, because of it. Here, I'm just trying to get to 900 gold. Actually, sorry, I'm going for 1,000 gold first. 1,000 gold is to get my recurve bow and a dagger. Don't want to force a fight with him. I just was seeing what he's doing. I notice he gets seen mid, and then I step up, because I'm okay. I can safely step up. And this gives me about 940, which is enough because I'm going to sell the refillable potion, because I need to get the extra inventory space. I figured that was safer than going for the tower push, because Nasus is very likely to be about to be back to lane. And there he is. Yeah. I do ward this the red buff because I want to know if they're going to go for it. Yeah. Okay. I think he realizes right here that he's not getting anything done up here as well. The way to come back to me, and I just back off. Yeah. There's the TP. He doesn't even get anything from teleporting. Just dies. So I start pushing it through top lane. This is actually where in that earlier that moment where I had to maintain my mental like fortitude. This is the payout moment where it's like, oh, everything came together really well. And I know that that's something I find I have to make sure to check for is that the game may look bad in a certain like one moment, but if you just stick to it and like you don't let yourself get discouraged, you'd be really surprised how well it can turn out like just shortly after. Here, I'm not wanting to fight Jinx if I can avoid it because she's very fed. She's like 7 and 2, and I need a base for a needlessly large. I checked bot lane to see what it's looking like. I'm just kind of like trying to get a sense of the game right now. Clearing. I want to get to my second needlessly large rod. Is my big goal because I'm close to it. And I have it. I don't stick around. I just go for the base. I get a pink ward for Baron. And I go to pick up red buff on the way. We get some picks here. LeBlanc's double chain is so good versus Nasus, I swear. I try and position myself in such a way that I'm like between the Jinx and the Baron because I want to make sure if I get hit, like maybe it's far enough that like it doesn't AoE the Baron. When I saw the Luxar, I actually also stopped hitting just the steal because Kha'Zix actually doesn't have smite right here. We They have like 3 ways to steal this thing. They got Luxar, Jinxar, and Graves. It's very potentially dangerous. Okay, so I see it's about like at 2k. I just peel off it. I didn't use either until the very end, after I saw the steals. Here, I saw that I was initially got kicked back, and after I see the kickback, yeah, see here's where I'm holding my E. Yep, so Silas gets kicked away by Emilio, and I saw that, and I'm like, okay, I'm just getting out of here. Kha'Zix is low. I just hit top lane. Mainly because I want to get that last bit of gold for my death cap. I actually also successfully communicate to my Kha'Zix that I want to do that. Alright, so I base and get death cap. I pick up another pink ward. I use it in the base siege. That's one thing I noticed this game is I was just trying to grab extra pink wards just for like situations that I wanted to use them in. Even if it wasn't a normally applicable situation, just for temporary vision advantage. Here I find Graves. I think he just dashed too. I flash for it. I try to like really aggress the Jinx because I'm like I have a lot of damage right now. I know that she's gonna be out of not unable to defend for a while here. This is when I place that pink ward. That's just so he cracked the base. So I head back up top lane. And is this? Yeah, this leads to the end, doesn't it? Yeah. Team's all fighting the bot lane. I gotta get the wave close enough to the tower first. It's just a game of moving forwards. Okay, once the minions touch the tower, I can hit it. Get Lux. And the team actually successfully stalls and kills everyone else here. Or actually, Nasus doesn't get killed, but they stalled everyone else. I mean, they killed everyone else and they stalled Nasus. And I just go for the full end here. I gotta let the wave get pushed up first, so I have to hit the wave a bit. And here, yep, they've got all of them. There's only Nasus. LeBlanc is stalling him. And I get the end off. Good game. It was a good game.